Hi there, and happy Monday, happy September, and happy Labor Day weekend. Hope everybody's doing well. It is really kind of crummy weather here in Milwaukee. It's been raining on and off all weekend, and it's raining now. And so I figured, you know what? It's a good day to kind of hang out, and I wanted to definitely get this posted for everybody as they go into the week of September, the first week of September 2018. Kids go back to school tomorrow. I think every parent is pretty excited about that. But I hope things are going well. I hope that you've been having a good week or a good weekend, and that last week was also lovely for you as well. You can find me, Stacie Tatera, at MilwaukeeMedium.com as well as StacieTatera.com. If you're interested in scheduling a session, you can go right online and do that. So this week we're using the Archangel Gabriel Angel Oracle cards. Felt very guided to use this deck. Last week we used the Power of Love cards. This week, Archangel Gabriel, and I always find that this deck is very helpful with communication, getting some clarity around things around communication, and I feel like that is very key and important for many of us right now. The cards are flying all over the place. I'm going to pull one more because it kind of made me feel like I needed to pull four, so we'll get through the first three, and if we need to pull the fourth one, then we will. So let's look at what the messages are for this week. First card, pay attention to your dreams. You are receiving divine guidance while you sleep. Even if you don't remember your dreams, the answers are in your unconscious mind, where they appear in order to help you. This is timely. One of the things that I've been hearing pretty consistently from a lot of you is that you're having dreams that are either prolific, which means they are kind of telling, you know, they're giving you messages and insights that are coming true. And one of the things that we receive a lot of downloads and information when we do sleep. We also can experience healing while we're sleeping. All of that stuff is super important for us as a spiritual being and as a soul. But I really feel like this is a call to pay attention to the messages that you might be receiving in your dreams. You might also be doing some work around relationships in your dreams. I find that I have been dreaming about certain people from my past, that things were left a little unresolved. And I always feel like when I'm dreaming about those people that there's still a couple, you know, things emotionally that need to be healed around that. Excuse me. And I feel like that's what we're doing in the dream state. So pay attention to messages that you might be receiving in your dreams. Consider, if you don't already, have a dream journal. So when you wake up, you write things down right away. The key is to write things down right away when you remember things fresh. Excuse me. Because if you don't, you will forget. And what's interesting around the cards is it talks about things going into the unconscious mind. And there are things that we receive that we will not remember, but it's in our mind. And so it will come up and out when it needs to. And all of a sudden you might have a thought or some insights or a message that kind of comes forward for you. And a lot of times those are things that come to you in your dreams. So pay attention to your dreams, the messages you're receiving. Consider doing a dream journal. That's all very important right now. Ask for what you want. Clear communication with yourself, with God, and with others helps you avoid misunderstandings and speeds up the process of answered prayers. Exactly what I was talking about in the beginning and why I wanted to use this deck. I love the imagery in this card because we have this beautiful angel and she has this trumpet, and it's like, I'm telling you, I'm making myself known. You hear my music, you hear my voice, you hear my thoughts. And this is about being clear with what you want. Ask for what you want. We talk about this often in these weekly angel card readings because we have to be clear on our intention. We have to ask for what we want. And it's about communication right now, especially in relationships. You know, I find that when we're not communicating within our relationships and we make the assumption that someone else should know how we feel, or that they know what we're thinking, that's where we get into trouble, and that's where relationships go awry. And it's important that we are very clear about what it is we want, what it is we don't want. But also, you know, again, it's about intention and really asking for what you want in this life. And don't ever limit yourself, right? So sometimes we tend to limit and say, well, you know, I'm going to go for this job and I'm only going to make $30,000, but I really need to make 45. Then that's what you need to ask the universe for. You need to be clear about that. And again, the key in this card too is communication helps avoid misunderstandings with other people. And I feel like that's super, super important right now. I have been experiencing a little bit of that in my own life. And so it's interesting that this is coming up because I know this is a pretty consistent theme. Divine guidance, third card, beautiful. The ideas you are receiving are heaven-sent answers to your prayers. Kind of going back to the dream card, the divine guidance, those messages, those insights that you're receiving, that's divine guidance. If you have ideas, or if you are brainstorming, or you're in an environment where all of a sudden these thoughts start coming in, or you feel the need to journal, honor that for yourself and pay attention to the information that's coming in. Because I also feel like we really have been working hard on sowing our seeds of what it is that we do want in this life. And now we're getting guidance on how to move forward with that information. And so I feel like it's going to be important for all of us to pay attention to our dreams, ask for what we want, you know, pay attention to those messages and insights, and understand that we pay attention to what we receive, but understand that divine guidance comes from friends, family, loved ones around us, that they may be offering information or ideas to us, and we're like, you know what, I never thought about that. That's a great idea. Understand that all of that is done in divine timing as well. So it's not just solely relying on yourself, which is totally fine to do, but it's also being open to the possibility of receiving divine guidance from those people that are around you. I like I told you, I had 4 cards pop, and I wanted to pull this last card. Retreat is this 4th card for this week. To block out distractions, spend quiet time alone. That's so you can focus on your priorities. This is completely in line with these messages this week, that if you need time to spend with yourself, to have that quiet time, that meditation, that prayer time, now that the kids are going back to school, I feel like a lot of us are going to be like getting back into our routines. Like for me, it's like I finally get back into the gym, having a little bit more downtime during the day to write or journal or blog, and to even just kind of read if even I want to be able to do that. So it's about retreating, about thinking about what it is that you want, giving yourself the time to do and pay attention to what your dreams are, you know, the divine guidance that you're receiving, and really making that time for yourself a priority. And I feel like for a lot of us, it's hard to do that because of our schedules and our responsibilities with our families, or loved ones, whatever that scenario is for you. But I feel like the more that we're able to take that quiet time for ourselves, that's great. One of the things I do want to just quickly touch on is, you know, it's interesting because I think people have different perceptions around what meditation looks like. And I think there's many people that think it has to be like this process, and it really doesn't need to be that way. If you can carve out 10, 15, 20 minutes to sit and be in your own headspace and listen to music that's meditation, you know, vibey, that's awesome. But even if you're in the shower and you're saying your prayers and you're setting your intention for your day, you're protecting your energy, though it gets to be so much a part of your routine that it doesn't seem as much like a chore or something that has to be done. It's something that you eventually want to do. I'm feeling guided to share that with you because I have a lot of clients that come in and I feel like meditation is intimidating because they have this perception of what it should be, and it doesn't have to be that way. Some people are like, well, you have to light a candle and you have to get this. No, you can just, honestly, I lay in bed every morning and that's where I meditate before I get up. It's super easy, it's super simple, it's something that I do almost every morning. I know people that meditate every evening. You know, find that time for yourself to, you know, just be with yourself, okay? So really, really great messages this week as we start a new month and a new season here in the next couple weeks. Paying attention to your dreams, asking for what you want, paying attention to the divine guidance from yourself as well as those people that you trust around you. And then if you need to take time for yourself, be sure and do that. One thing you'll notice, there's consistent themes every week, right? And this retreat and asking for what you want, that's something that's very consistent, setting your intentions, because that's something we should be doing all of the time and getting in the habit of that. So really, really great messages. I did want to just remind you really quick about my Halloween Spirit Circle that I'm doing. It's the 4th annual Spirit Circle. I've moved it to a larger location in Oak Creek, not far from my wellness center, so that I can accommodate more people. I fill very quickly, and I wanted to be able to have 20 to 25 people. It's still an intimate setting. I will read as many people as I can. It's Friday, October the 19th. It's from 7 to 10. I will read from 7 to 9, and then we have a nice social after. We'll have some punch or cider and some treats, and it's just a super fun night. I tell people, if you want to come dressed up, by all means do that. But it's just a fun time of year, and to do a Halloween medium circle at that time is always great. That's something you want to sign up for through my website. The link is on the homepage, but it's also through Schedulicity, which is where you schedule with me. So if you are interested in doing that, it's $45. There's dollars for the night, $15 required deposit to hold your spot. And again, you can do that right on my website, milwaukeemedium.com or stacietatera.com. And you can go ahead and sign up, and we've had a good flow. The other thing is the Spiritual Foundation class, November 17th. We're filling up very nicely for that class, so if you have an interest, it's an all-day 9 to 4 class. Laurie Rodich and I do teach that class together. There's more information again online, but really just a super intensive type of day, going through lots and lots of material to get you into a really solid spiritual practice. And we have a lot of fun with that class too. That class is $140, $25 deposit, balance due the day of the class, and that's going to be at the Crown Plaza off of 13th and College on the south side in that Oak Creek, Franklin area. If you have any questions on any classes, feel free to just shoot me an email, milwaukeemedium@gmail.com. You can always call me, whatever works for you. I'm happy to help. But I hope you have a great week, and as always, I am so very grateful that you do watch, and you know, I appreciate your support in the work that I do and in what I try to share with you each and every week. So have a fantastic week. Take care. God bless, and we'll talk soon.